I've been in this business for a long time. I've been in nursing more than 35 years. And you have moments when you're in this kind of a career where you say, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this the field that I was destined to be in? I knew after I was diagnosed with breast cancer that I wanted to specialize in this field of breast cancer. I just felt like it was a calling for me. And I do believe that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be. I think that I was blessed with being spared twice, being diagnosed and surviving this for the purpose of dedicating myself personally and professionally to other women who, as I say, end up wearing my bra. I used to say walk in my footsteps, but let's face it, I haven't had foot surgery done. A few years ago, I had an experience that happened to me that really hit home in an extraordinary way. It took me to a new spiritual level regarding oncology nursing and the fact that I do know that I was destined to be in this job. I was in my office just like it was any other day. My phone rang, as it does chronically all the time. I answered my own phone and answered and said, "Lillie Shockney, may I help you?" And this woman on the other end said, "Who is this? Who is this? Where am I calling?" And I said, "This is Lillie Shockney." And she said, "Where am I calling? Where am I calling?" And I said, "The Johns Hopkins Breast Center." And she went, "Oh, can you help me?" And I said, "Yes, tell me what's wrong." And this woman told me a really horrific story. She told me that she had just given birth to a baby. Baby was only 3 days old. She had just come home from the hospital. That wasn't good news for her, however, because at that same time, she was told that she was only going to be living herself about 2 to 3 more weeks. And the reason was that during her pregnancy, and this was her first baby, her left breast, she said, became very red. She went to her obstetrician and he put her on antibiotics and he said, "It's mastitis, it's okay, don't worry about it, it'll clear up." Another month would go by and she said the breast got bigger and redder and then it felt like a brick. And I stayed on the antibiotics and he would say, "It'll eventually clear up." She says, "I started these antibiotics when I was 3 months pregnant." And she said, by the time I was ready to deliver at 9 months, I told him that my back hurt, my hips hurt, my shoulder hurt, my spine hurt. And he said, "Well, it's all related to the pregnancy." And she was still on the antibiotics. She delivered by C-section, she told me. And she said that the next morning, she told the doctor that her ribs hurt her worse than her incision did. And he said, "Well, I don't know why that would be." Anesthesiologist came by to see her, as they are to do, because she had been put to sleep for the procedure. And she told him, and she said, he listened to me. And he did a chest x-ray and saw that I had fractured ribs, that my ribs had actually rotted away from cancer. She said I had inflammatory breast cancer that had been misdiagnosed as mastitis. And she said, they told me that because it is so far spread, there is no sense in attempting to treat it, and for me to go home and have time with my baby, and that they don't think that I will be here in 2 to 3 weeks. Can you help me? And I still said yes. And I brought her in the next day. And I had a surgical oncologist meet with her, a medical oncologist meet with her, and a radiation oncologist meet with her, all on the same day. Her husband was with her, her baby was at home, her mom was taking care of the child, and you could see how ill this young woman, age 34, was. Well, we got her underway with chemotherapy. We weren't going to throw the towel in. And I sat down and wrote down, "What are your goals?" And she said, "I would really, really, really be happy if I could live long enough for my child to remember me." And I thought, wow, that means that we need to get her so that this baby's 2 or 3 years old. I don't know that that's possible, particularly when she was literally given a death sentence. And looking at her scans, I would have to agree that she was destined to be gone in just a few weeks. And I said, let's see if we can get you to 6 months. And then if we do now, let's see if we can get you to her first birthday. I was thrilled to see that her disease responded to chemotherapy. And not only did the breast improve, I said, but it improved to the point that we were actually able to do mastectomy surgery finally for her. And when her little girl was 2.5 years old, she was still undergoing chemotherapy regularly with us. But this little one would come in a little white lab coat that someone had made for her and was making believe that she was being her mommy's doctor. And I said, you know, your daughter is going to remember you. We don't know how much more time you have, but she will know you. She will always know you. And she said, yes. She said, I have achieved that goal with the help of Johns Hopkins. I can't believe it.